Welcome in to another Ice Time Hockey Southwest Sunday special. Tonight's a good one, folks. We've got a great opportunity to merge our College Hockey Southwest Weekly and Ice Time Hockey Southwest in one feature. So my co-host, Tom Callahan, is going to be visiting in with three of the ACHA D1 coaches here in the Desert Southwest. Anthony Vignieri Greener from UNLV, Chad Berman from the University of Arizona, and Tait from Arizona State University are all going to sit down with Tom and talk about their programs and the development of ACHA D1 hockey here in the Desert Southwest, and just how close or how far apart they are from NCAA status. So without further ado, let's turn it over to Tom Callahan for our first segment.
All right, welcome back here on College Hockey Southwest Weekly, a special edition here. We're talking ACHA hockey, the growth of ACHA hockey. Joining us, Tait Green, head coach of the Sun Devils ACHA men's team. And Tait, first of all, when you came down here, I know you've been here for a little while now, you've been transplanted, but I mean, hockey in the Desert Southwest, as a growth industry, did you picture it being what it is now?
No, not at all. When I moved down here, I brought a pair of skates with me just in case I could find ice. I had no idea that there was going to be as much hockey as there is, and I clearly didn't see it growing and becoming as big as it is today.
Well, and you know, you've got UNLV, U of A, a bunch of teams in this area that are really, the programs are up and coming, and I can't imagine what that's like for you now when you're talking to kids, and maybe kids who feel like you did when you first came down here. Really? There's that much hockey down there? Is that a selling point for you?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. It's just how much excitement there is about hockey in Arizona right now. And you know, you mentioned the UNLV in the Southwest, but you're adding GCU now, and you've got NAU has a long storied program, U of A. There's so much hockey here, and it just keeps growing, and people are more and more excited about it every time. Every year we see more and more people showing up to the games, and there's just a lot more excitement about hockey.
I imagine that also means the local talent pool with the youth leagues as these kids get older and they become college age has got to be growing.
Yep. All our youth programs are growing. All the numbers are up. There's more kids playing throughout the state than ever, and with that, obviously, your talent level is going to come up, and you see more and more Arizona kids now playing high levels of junior, playing high levels of college. They're everywhere. We're growing. We're getting there.
Well, let's talk about the growth of the Sun Devils program from your perspective here at the ACHA level. What have you seen in recent years?
You know, a little bit of a transition for us ACHA-wise with Coach Powers building what he did and turning it into an NCAA team. You know, the other two ACHA teams, we've kind of had to rebuild and rethink our philosophy a little bit. You know, it was at a time there, the club team was the only hockey team on campus. They were the big dogs, so to speak, and so now you have the NCAA team, which is obviously a huge, you know, with scholarship athletes. So club, we had to kind of rebrand ourselves a little bit with being ACHA and showing that we could, you know, we're still a high quality program. We're still going to win games. We're still going to represent the university at the highest level possible.
Well, does that also help maybe having that NCAA team out there kind of carrying the pitchfork for you, if you will, and bringing you a little bit more, I don't know if notoriety is the right word, but maybe just attention? Yeah,
definitely. I was out recruiting over the holidays in a couple different locations, and just saying Arizona State now, the coaches' eyes perk up, players' eyes perk up. And then having Coach Powers work with us, you know, he's been a huge help for us to kind of rebrand the program and to build the program and to build that culture of ACHA at Arizona State. You know, we want to be like the NCAA. We want to be respected just as much as they are. And so he's helped us a lot, showed us what we have to do to build that culture.
And for yourself, and I imagine the players as well, you go from ACHA D2 now to D1. I mean, there's clearly a ladder in place here, and I imagine that's exciting for not only the kids but yourself as well.
Yep, definitely. It's nice to be able, for me, to be able to go to the D2 practices, and I need players to pull up. Dylan Adams started the season on D2, and now he's a full-time D1 player. And that's what we want to have. We want to be able to move players. We've been able to send some D1 guys down to get some extra ice time. We want that interaction. We want to work together. And that's only going to grow because Coach Powers is helping us and working with us. There's every chance that someday he's going to need a kid from our D1 team to fill out practice or to step in and help them. And so we're, we see that potential, and we're trying to grow it so that all three teams can help each other.
Well, plus not the least of which is you guys still have all the rivalry games. You've got the schools that are in the area and that, the players get pumped up for.
Exactly. We get U of A where the NCAA doesn't. We get UNLV. And then even our D2 guys, they get to play USC. They get to play Cal, UCLA. Rivalries for Pac-12 that other people will identify with on campus.
Let's talk a little bit then about your home stretch here coming down. Maybe on the outside looking in as far as a ACHA tournament, but do you feel you've got a squad built that you guys can make that run?
Yeah, definitely. I do. And I'm excited about the way our guys came back from break. They all came back last week and got right to work. We had a good week of practice already, and now we're just fine-tuning some things. We are on the outside right now, but if you look at the level of teams that we have to play yet, there's no doubt in my mind we can make up ground and we can get in there. And that's still our focus is we're going to go to that national tournament. Anything
in particular, maybe players that have been a bigger surprise than maybe you thought they would be at the beginning of the year?
Bronson Moore, obviously our goaltender. I didn't know that he would be able to carry the load for us right away like he has. And he's been a difference maker for us in a lot of games. He's given us a chance to win. So that's been a big surprise for me. Some other guys have really stepped up. Zach Walchuk was a returning player who's become a huge leader for us in the locker room, and he's done some great things on the ice. But then, I've got a lot of guys. 25 first-year players. A lot of guys have stepped up so far. So I'm excited to see now that they've got kind of that first semester out of the way. We don't have rookies anymore. Everybody knows what has to be done. I'm excited to see what they bring here second semester.
Then I want to give you a chance. You got the Premier Hockey toque going right now. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my high school program, the Premier program, my 16U team won a big AA tournament here locally this weekend, and so give a little shout out to my 16U boys. But we've got three teams. We've got a girls team and an 18U team, and real proud of all of them. They're a step for me. I've got Donovan Myers, who's on our D1 team, was actually a Premier player for me 4 or 5 years ago. So it's nice to see some of my younger kids get a chance and climb the ladder, so to speak.
Well, and I mean, that's what it's all about. It comes right back down to developing those kids, getting them interested, taking those first steps when they're young, and then playing up through the ranks.
Yeah, and just showing them this is what you have opportunities to play college hockey. You don't have to play AAA and go to the USHL. You can. There's a million different paths and ways to be a college hockey player, and that's kind of what we're trying to show them at Premier.
Well, Coach Green, continued success down the stretch here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
All right, Tom Callahan had a great visit with Tait Green, the head coach of Arizona State University. Now Tom's going to have a chance to visit with the head coach of the University of Arizona Wildcats, Chad Berman. So Tom, take it away.
Joined right now by Chad Berman, talking a little U of A hockey right now. And Chad, you're at a point in the season here. You're really into the stretch run. Playoffs are looming here. Talk to us about where you feel your team's at right now.
We're down a couple numbers, so we're gonna adjust for that as we go. So there'll be some different combinations, especially on the back end. But when you take like a month off for holiday break, and I think it's important they get that, but it really becomes two different seasons. So for us, it's a reset. We kind of had to clean up on some of the details. We had to go through some struggles last weekend against Grand Canyon, and that's why you schedule those games to get ready for this one. Very good opponent coming in, very fast. Somebody we've been looking forward to playing for a long time here.
Well, I mean, last weekend was really Jekyll and Hyde for you guys. I mean, first night Grand Canyon comes out with a win. Second night, I mean, it was all U of A all the time.
Yeah, we didn't compete Friday, and for whatever reason we didn't. We paid for it a bit Monday, but the lesson here is that we're a program trying to go from good to great, and that means it's got to be every single day.
Talk, if you will, at this point of the season, I imagine, well, your team's more of a known commodity at this point. Any guys who maybe surprised you or guys who have really stepped up?
Not particularly. I mean, I think a lot of people are noticing Chero finally, but we knew what we had even last year, and we knew that with more consistent play this year, he'd thrive, and he's been excellent. He certainly can cover up a lot, especially with some of the shortcomings we maybe have on D with some bodies out. I think we've excelled because of our culture. We got a group in there that shows up to the rink expecting to win, that's willing to put in the work, that wants to win, that wants to succeed, that wants to do the extra details. So I think it took this long to get that far. So it's a pleasant surprise that we're at this point, and certainly a lot more fun to come to work.
Not only, I mean, your goaltending has been good this year, and so as you're rounding into form here, a very good UNLV team this weekend, but even beyond that down the stretch run, what is the focus for this team?
Yeah, I would say this next 5-game stretch is probably the biggest 5 games I've had since I've been here. UNLV is a very fast, very very skilled team. We want to finish our hits. We want to make sure to take that time and space away. We spent a lot of time this week in clogging up the neutral zone, and we think that can be critical to creating our transition game and throwing our speed back at them. It should be exciting. And then obviously next weekend, I think Oklahoma. Last time we saw them, they took it to us pretty good, and that's the only Division I team to put up 4 or more goals. So we're looking forward to that opportunity. And if we can take care of business there, we've got a chance to play for a conference championship here at home, and so a heck of a lot to look forward to.
Well, that seems like the schedule kind of lines up perfect for you. If you need a motivation, it's right there in front of you.
Yeah, well, I don't think we need motivation. I mean, somebody said to me, how do you handle the pressure being a top 10? Geez, I've been here when we were, knew we were out of the tournament this time, and I'll take pressure all day. It's exciting to come to the rink. It's exciting to watch scores now, and we've earned the right to do that. Now it's about us. At the end of the day, it's about us. We want to be heavy on the forecheck, make sure we're supporting the puck all over the ice, and staying within our structure.
And just for a moment, the greater look at the program here, the big picture, if you will. This is a program that now, hey, you're not out of the tournament. You are competing right now to try to host that on home ice. I mean, talk about what that means just for the growth of hockey here.
Yeah, I think, when you get to that tournament, at the end of the day, I've always felt like the ranking doesn't mean a ton. I mean, I think you want to get home ice if you can so you can get that last change. But you never know who you're going to match up against. It's really about how you're playing going into that. But from a budget standpoint of getting that extra day off, I think that matters. I'll give you a great example. Last year, I've heard a lot of people say, well, Illinois in the national championship game lost 8-1 to Adrian. Everybody's like, oh, how did Illinois even make it that far? What people don't understand is the national champions are typically the top 5 team because they get that extra day off. And what you saw there was Illinois playing great hockey, but it was taxing on them to play that extra game that Adrian didn't. And that was the difference. So we want to make sure we're earning the right to get the last change, earning the right to get that extra day. And it's one day, one shift, one game at a time here. And obviously a big opportunity with number 13 in our building.
Chad, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we're back with the final segment of College Hockey Southwest Weekly and Ice Time Hockey Southwest Sunday Special. My co-host Tom Callahan's got a chance to visit with the head coach of Arizona State, Tait Green, the head coach of the University of Arizona, Chad Berman, and we're going to wrap things up with the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV's head coach, Anthony Vignieri Greener. Tom, take it away.
Coach Anthony Vignieri Greener joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here. Talk a little bit, if you will, just about the growth of this program. You guys are having a great season right now, and what UNLV hockey has been doing to get to this point.
It's been a fast process, that's for sure. When we took over the group of 4 of us, nobody really gave us a timeline of what we were going to do. We all had the same goal in mind, to kind of model what some Div 1 previous ACHA teams have done, like ASU and Penn State. Everybody's a different route, but they kind of follow the same blueprint. So we've kind of modeled ourselves after that. We played in Division 2, we did well in Division 2, we recruited for D1, got accepted. Our goal is to make the national tournament the first year, we did that. Now our goal is to win at this level. So once we win at this level, hopefully in the near future, we move on and can raise some money and make that next big step to where everybody wants us.
So talk about that. I mean, there really is no true roadmap we've seen with Arizona State. I mean, you kind of almost have to make it up a little bit, but have you had some guidance from Coach Powers and maybe some suggestions how to do it?
Oh, yeah. He's been instrumental in trying to figure out like a little game plan for us. He gave us what they did. Like you said, not every team's going to be the same. Everybody's going to have their own path in a way. But it's always good just to have some kind of guidance and just a little help or a push and go this area, don't go this way. So he's definitely helped us in many ways.
So it looks like things have been going up for UNLV. Obviously, ranked is a nice spot to be this year. You're facing a real tough U of A team this weekend. And, you guys are putting yourselves in that conversation and doing the right things right now to get some attention in the hockey world.
Yeah, no, we want to be in that top 10. I know we can be. We beat ourselves at times, two of our losses this year. But tonight's going to be a tough competition, a good test for us. Tell the kids, we've been preaching to them all week, this is a huge step for us, huge advantage. We're playing a number 7 team in the country in their building. We got to face a little adversity. So it's going to be a true test for us tonight.
Who are some of the kids on this team that maybe have really stepped up for you, have really shown you that they're leading the way?
Our leaders have done a really good job. Two of our leaders play on my top line, Cody Williams and Joe Kozubski. They're our top in points. But we have some freshmen. My team is really young. I only have 2 seniors on this whole entire team. But I have some freshmen that really stepped up, and Paxton Malone and Jared Turcott. And then our D3 transfer, Eric Williams, has really held it in for the back end. And then all 3 of my goalies have played really well for me. So we get it from all 3.
Well, I imagine, too, knowing that you are a young team and you're still doing this well, that bodes real well for the future.
Oh, yeah. The future is bright. I tell everybody that. Vegas, whenever I have an interview, the future is bright, not just because I'm the coach, but just in general for hockey in Las Vegas.
What does it mean for recruiting? Do you feel like UNLV is starting to become a name that people recognize when you're talking ACHA hockey? Are they starting to understand, hey, this is a legit program, a good program, and that it's a place you'd want to play?
Yeah, no, I know my staff's done a good job of recruiting. They work hard in the summers, but it's, I wouldn't say getting easier, but the notoriety of the program is out there. We're at showcases and people come up all the time like, oh, you're UNLV, and so things like that, you can tell it's getting bigger in the hockey community.
And then what's important to you to see? What kind of team do you like to have out there on the ice, just philosophically?
I want our D jumping into play. I want fast-paced, high-tempo, lots of scoring chances. Our D are really active, so I like to push the pace as best as we can, especially with the youth and speed we have.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thanks for having us.
All right, welcome back in, folks. What a great show tonight. We had the opportunity to do our first Sunday special of 2019. A great feature that we've been looking forward to doing for a long time, and my co-host Tom Callahan did an excellent job of sitting down with all 3 of our ACHA D1 hockey coaches. He had a chance to visit with, of course, Tait Green from Arizona State University, Chad Berman from the University of Arizona, and UNLV head coach Anthony Vignieri Greener, to just visit, get a feel for what their programs are like and just how close their programs are or aren't to NCAA hockey status. There's an opportunity for Tom to get a feel for them, as Tom is my co-host with College Hockey Southwest Weekly, and our focus, of course, is on NCAA hockey with that brand. So tonight's way to kind of merge the two and or kind of get a feel for whether this is going to be something where we're going to be looking at some expansion into the NCAA ranks from our ACHA D1 schools. So once again, I want to thank Tom for doing a great job, and Coach Green, Coach Berman, and Coach Vignieri Greener for doing such an awesome job.